Welcome back to Binary Star Wrestling, the best wrestling YouTube channel, podcast, with the handsomest hosts, with the best commentary, the funniest jokes, and the best fan base, our Orbiters. As always, I am one of the Binary Stars, Henry Liverman, the Suplex Scholar, and I am joined by...
Chris Adams, the super suplexer.
Well, nice. It's good to be back. We had to take a little break last week, was it?
Um,
Um,
yeah, well, we had a little bit last week. Remember, that's when I pretended to be you, the suplex scholar.
that's right. That is right. It is good to be back either way.
Either way, I mean, I was the suplex scholar last week. This week, do you want to be the super suplexer?
I could
Feel
be
it
the
out.
I could be the super
I
suplexer
mean, we
this
already.
week, but well, maybe next week.
We're ridiculous. Like, what does it even mean? What does it mean to be the super suplexer and the suplex scholar? It
It's
means
a
everything.
it means everything. It's a persona. It's
It
a
is.
characterization,
It's an essence.
an essence, an existence, a form, and a
Yeah.
function.
A form and a function, something heavenly, angelic perhaps, but an angel with one wing. And that's what we're here to talk about.
That was a good segue.
That was pretty good, dude. I've been on fire with like my wordplay today, and I don't know what it is. My text chain with my wife has been nothing short of anyway.
Just banger after
Just
banger.
banger after banger. That also describes my relationship with my wife.
And describes my relationship with his wife. Moving forward,
That was so good.
Yes,
Hey, hey.
this week, the Binary Stars would love to talk about our boy, Kenny Omega.
I'm still laughing, man. Yeah, let's
I
let's
fucking
talk
got
about
him. I
Kenneth.
fucking got him.
You got me, dude. I am deceased. Let's talk about Kenneth though. Kenneth Omega did it, dude.
Yeah, speaking of bangers, that match I thought was absolutely fantastic.
Yeah, dude, it was everything it could have been, needed to be, even more. I mean, okay. You knew it was going to be great because they featured it. It was Kenny MJF. Did
Right.
you expect it to be that good though?
I expected it to be good, but like, I mean, I think I texted you several times during it where I was like, all right, brace for hijinks. Here come the
Right.
hijinks. But there was a surprisingly low amount of hijinks,
Yeah.
which I thought was interesting. And that's not meant as a criticism, just that like I thought that there would be some shenanigans.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know, like the Don Callis family emerging from under the ring and then the Death Riders having to come out and fight them and like that it would be this like big brawl or like something, like a rafter falls on MJF
Right.
and that's how it ends, like just like something crazy I really thought would happen, but like instead it was really just a incredibly solid technical wrestling match that Kenny Omega won through sheerly being better.
Yeah. Yeah. And especially the moment where, I mean, okay, well, let's go to the end since we're talking about winning right now, being better.
Mhm.
He was better in his wrestling,
Yes.
but then he was better morally, right?
Yes.
And that was that high moment of the match where is he going to win it like he won it long ago with cheating? But that's not the Kenny we've got now. He's not going to win with that cheat. MJF capitalizes, but then Kenny's immediately rewarded with a dose of motherfucking fighting spirit
Hmm.
and from the wrestling gods, right? Like the immediate blessing of like, if we're looking at it like a morality play in a Greek
Hmm.
sense, like he kept virtue there in that moment. He kept himself honorable with integrity and thus was given the spirit to outlast the immediate deception that came his way. Like there's something really beautiful about that fucking moment.
Yeah, I mean, you can see it on MJF's face, like when he kicks out at the one after
Yeah.
after a slugfest, like leading up to that, he's just yeah, completely revitalized. And I mean, MJF's face seemed like a microcosm of the audience. Like you could see
Yeah.
everybody in the crowd just being like, "What the fuck?"
Did you catch how like loose his jaw was? I mean, he when he was like jiggling it like
Yeah,
oh,
he
it's
was
like
like,
something from a cartoon. It was perfect, dude. It was so good. Yeah.
he really does kill it with the facial expressions.
Yeah, he does.
Like he's usually pretty on point with like when he if he gets picked up or something, he's very much like
Yeah.
no, 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 no.
Yeah. Oh shit. Or like things like that. Like
The
yeah,
yes,
he's
the
hmm.
only wrestler I think that comes close for me in terms of facial expressions is interestingly Kyle Fletcher.
Oh,
Like I think
okay.
he does a
Yeah.
lot of I don't mean to completely pivot from Kenny because
No,
that is still the that is still the heart of the
Kenneth's
matter.
hour,
But
but we can take a detour for a second. Yeah.
yeah, but I think it is interesting how the proto star is also kind of a proto MJF where
Ooh.
they have a similar like for ostentatiousness, but it manifests differently. So it's not a one-to-one. He's not rolling in wearing a fucking competitor of Burberry or something
Right.
like that. Like he's got all of his Fletcher has all of his dangly trinkets. Um, but I feel like they're very similar in the way that they kind of approach their characters, which
Yeah.
is something I've like noticed more recently, and I think is I don't know interesting.
It's like that Ric Flair style heel. I mean, we know MJF almost sees himself as the modern day Ric Flair.
Sure.
But Kyle Fletcher has that when it will come out holding the belt tucked under with the suit on. It's very like NWA, Jim Crockett Promotions way of holding that. And I like that because it shows he's a student of the game.
Hmm.
Dude,
Yeah,
he's so fucking good though.
he is. I'm very happy that Kyle Fletcher is back.
God, he's really good.
I
Yeah.
know you really do miss him when he's not around. Like his matches are just banger after banger. But back to Kenny.
Back to Kenny MJF. All right. So let's go back to the beginning of the match.
Hmm.
What when you saw that it was announced, when we get to the night of the match, what are you thinking? I mean, it felt like a foregone conclusion he was going to win.
I
I
agree.
think there'd have been so many people who would have been it would have had go away heat, right? Like it would have had go home heat, the whole promotion would have. So foregone
Hmm.
conclusion. How did you find yourself getting excited for the match then?
It was more of like a okay. I'll watch just because
Yeah.
I like I like Kenny Omega. I love Kenny Omega and MJF. So I want to watch both of them. But I to your point, I totally agree that it felt like okay, time to watch Kenny win now.
Right.
Because I mean you just can't have Kenny also lose like I mean it'd be the third time that that stipulation had
Yeah.
been used like after Cody and Hangman.
Right.
And so it would get to the point where it was like, okay, are they using this because they want to kill off a particular wrestler? Like,
Yeah, I
is
kind of thought that.
I mean, I was like, is that how we announced that Kenny is going on a break? They said it in the show too, where they were like, even Kenny has acknowledged that he has more wrestling behind him than in front of him.
Yeah.
And so, we know that to be the case. And so we know that it will be Kenny versus Will Ospreay. Like we knew that would be the case, and so it's interesting and a testament to the wrestlers themselves
Hmm.
that a match can still be interesting when the outcome is extremely apparent.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. That's how it felt for me. I I, I went into it thinking this is going to be great. So I'm excited for it on principle, a match
Hmm.
between these two people. But there are two moments in each of their entrances where I thought we might be getting something special. The first was when Kenny came out and Justin Roberts said, 95 career wins, not counting his win against diverticulitis. Did you catch that?
I didn't catch that. That's very funny.
Yeah, and I thought, oh, like that's the story right here. Is Kenny literally almost died. He changed his ways because he wanted to become a better person, right? And ever since he's come back from the diverticulitis stuff, I don't think he's been heel Kenny, right?
No, certainly not.
Yeah, so he knows he's fighting for something different. He's trying to like capture gold the right way, be on top the right way. So I love that little detail. Like, yeah, he did win against diverticulitis, and I don't know, it just made me think like this match has a lot of stakes because it is going to be this guy's last opportunity, right? Sort
Mhm.
of like the Danielson run with the title. It kind of feels like that to me. It's going to be relatively short. But but good and meaningful. And then when
Yeah.
MJF came out in gear that was Bam Bam Bigelow coded, I fucking love Bam Bam Bigelow. And so I saw that and I was like, Bam Bam Bigelow, what a weird, like deep cut. And I still am not sure why. Uh, but I loved it. And I thought, okay, they're telling these little tiny story beats, this texture in the match. Like, let me just give myself over to it, and
Mhm.
what happens, happens. And so I found it really easy to get like lost in the dynamism from presentation to ring work, everything just made me excited to be there, even if I kind of knew what was coming.
Yeah. Yeah, because it's like, I don't know, it's an interesting conversation to be had that like does does knowing the end necessarily take away from the story before the end? And I mean we see that in bigger pictures too. Like like I'm not trying to get super morbid, but like, we know that the Reaper comes for us all, but
I'm immortal.
through the power of denial, I'll be living forever.
Wow. Yeah, I take your point though.
It's like, does the end, or people who don't, people
Okay.
who hate the show Dexter because the ending is
Mm.
extremely the
Oh yeah. That is a yeah, ending. Here's what I'll
yeah.
say. I think maybe the story changes when we know the outcome, or at least
Interesting.
our experience of the story changes, right? Um, a virginal experience of a story in which we don't know the ending is a lived journey where we are almost experiencing it ourselves, right? At least that's what a good story should do, is make us feel like we are there. This is our life. We're living it.
Hmm.
And so it's exciting in a different way, but no less meaningful than when we know the ending and we find our enjoyment in different things than the tension or the suspense there, right? So the little texture details, um, appreciating the craft, appreciating what MJF had done for the promotion, even though we knew he was losing it. Like I think it just allowed me to experience it differently.
Yeah,
Is
I
that a
agree with
bunch of
that.
bullshit?
No, I think that makes sense. Like,
It's like subjectivity of a different order.
and it makes sense to me, the contention that you would experience a story differently knowing the outcome. And perhaps that's also an explanation of like why there doesn't necessarily need to be shenanigans or hijinks.
Hmm.
And
Oh,
so
that's
it's
a good
like
point.
so it's like, Kenny's gonna win. Like, Kenny's gonna win. It's going to be Kenny versus Osprey at All In. That's the story that they've been telling for months. And that's
Right.
a cool story. It's like
Yeah.
almost certainly there will be some level of tension between Osprey and the Death Riders and Osprey and Kenny, and you know it will be an interesting story to tell, but the problem is that it's apparent the routes that you take to get to that story.
Right.
Um, but that allows for a viewing experience of like, how is Kenny going to get there versus I wonder if Kenny will get there.
Hmm.
And so I do think that that fundamentally changes the way that you watch it, where it's more like, oh, there's what he's doing now. Because like he
Hmm.
could have gotten there with dirty tricks,
Yeah. Yeah.
but chose not to.
Right. And then almost paid the price, and that's sort
Mhm.
of like it was like almost the moment at WrestleMania, what, 41, when Cody almost cheated against John Cena.
Uh-huh.
He didn't, so Cena cheated and thus won. Um, those moments are really cool. And okay, a question though comes to mind now that you've
Mm.
said this. Does the story change knowing the ending? Do we know the ending of All In Wembley? I mean,
Mm.
reasonably certain. There's no way in hell Tony Khan brings in 45,000 Brits into Wembley and then is like, actually, y'all are going to lose the World Cup.
Yeah. Yeah.
There's no way that's happening.
And then Mox and then not Moxley, and then Osprey's been doing these promos about how he's gonna be, he can't wait to get the gold in front of his
Right.
countrymen and be the first Brit or whatever. And they're like, ha, you thought,
JK. Yeah.
gotcha.
Like, don't you think the hooligan culture would take over and they'd just murder Tony Khan? They'd find him. Like they would eat him alive in the
I,
center of the ring as the main event.
I mean, they might just sink that rainy island.
That's right. They're just like, no more England
They're like,
because
nah,
Will Ospreay lost.
we had a good run.
So the build between now and not just to Wembley, but to the end of Wembley is a Kenny Omega title run that may or may not have lots of defenses. It's probably not. It's not. Well, we know it's not going to have the kind of defenses Darby's did because it's
Certainly
ending
not.
somewhere differently. They're protecting the finish, and we can be reasonably certain that we know the outcome of the main event of All In. So I don't know about for you, but for me, I'm kind of looking at it the same way I looked at this match. This match was a microcosm of the entire next like month and what a half. We
Mhm.
know the outcome, so enjoy the ride. Let the story play itself out. Don't try to guess the twists and turns, even if you know the outcome. Let it take you left and right. Allow yourself to be full of suspense and to have your chest get tight. And look for the little details that make this, as you said somewhere else, the greatest sport of them all.
Here's a ooh, here's a fantasy booking. I do not actually think this would happen, but I think it would be a cool story if somehow through some machination John Moxley ends up taking the belt and then from Kenny Omega. And then Will Ospreay is forced to go against John Moxley at All In.
I mean, that's like in some ways, that's a better story than babyface Kenny versus babyface Will.
True.
Like, what if the only way that to me the Kenny Will situation gets more interesting is if Will Ospreay is harder and harder the way he was on Swerve. Like, what if
Mhm.
he's putting Kenny down because this is secretly going to be Kenny's retirement match?
Oh, that's another solid prediction.
Oh shit.
That one
What
I
if?
legitimately can see.
And he just puts him the fuck down, like bam, out of nowhere.
Yeah, and that's the cleaner's been cleaned.
Like, I don't think Kenny Omega wants a retirement tour like John Cena.
Probably
Maybe
not.
he does, but
I could see him wanting just kind of like one blaze of glory, like one banger match at, All In, and then hang up the wing.
hang up the wing. Bloop, doot, doot,
I
doot.
just put this on my wing stand.
Oh, my wing stand. Is that right next to your wing stop?
Uh-huh.
Oh. I'm sorry. Wing stand was so much better than wing stop. I should have let that joke stand.
Hmm.
All right, quick, like 1 minute, 1 minute binary stars, big crystal ball prediction of
Oh, okay.
the very last moments of their match at Wembley. Allah, is it a respectful end between two friends, or is Osprey putting Kenny down?
I think he's putting him down.
Dude, I do too.
I knew we'd align.
I think he's putting him down, and like he can win the belt, but he turns heel. That's the way that you make that moment, like, or heelish, you know.
Yeah, I think so
Oof.
too. I think so too. I think it'll be a bloody one. Ah, British.
Oh,
England pun.
yeah, a bloody good
It'll be
match.
a bloody good match,
You've
eh?
got to like say bloody in the English American accent to be talking about the actual insanguination, and then
Hmm.
bloody for good. So it's going to be a bloody match. All right, we got some ads, man. We got a couple more this week, which is pretty cool. We got some return customers, and we got some new folks.
That's
Um,
right.
you get your ad copy in front of you,
I
homeboy.
got mine. I am ready to discuss a word from our sponsors.
All right, why don't you start us off?
Show thing.
Oh no, you know what? Let me take it. Let me start us off because that last one that they delivered for us, um, I think I think it'd be better coming from your dulcet tones.
Works for me.
BSW is once again sponsored by Jack Fries, the newest viral food sensation hailing from the bowels of late stage capitalism's obsession with viral fame. Crispier than crispy, more tender than butter. That's because we fry them in butter. Jack Fries will lift your spirits but clog your heart. Choose wisely. Come, jack off.
And an update from one of our sponsors. The Literalist, an elevated upscale kitty litter infused with blood diamonds, has now gone child cruelty and exploitation free. Thanks to the challenge from our friends at Binary Star Wrestling, we changed. Buy from us knowing no children are harmed in the making of the diamonds. Only adults.
Hmm.
That's
Coming back
nice.
to that is nice. I mean, it's cool to know that we made a difference.
That's right.
Coming back to Raleigh, North Carolina is the almost famous but never will be rock and roll extravaganza Rothfest. Did you go last year?
No, but I am looking forward to this
Yeah.
year.
They sent us two VIPs.
Hmm.
I don't know what it gets us, but they sent us two. All right, find all your favorite hair metal bands under one roof at the Walnut Creek Pavilion, featuring Rat, Warrant, Slaughter, Motley Crue, and of course David Lee Roth, who is performing only original material, no Van Halen. Tickets are going fast, and that's because we pay you to attend. Want to make easy money? Go online to www.rothfest.com and apply for admission. I'm going.
I'll probably be there too. So come scope out
Nah,
the binary stars.
probably you have to. That was part of the contract.
I gotta make it seem mysterious.
I'm excited to go to Rothfest.
I've got it too. I've got it
Yeah,
too.
me
All
so.
right. And finally, when you feel a pain in your chest that will not go away, or when you get wheeled out of your house under a sheet and just can't get comfortable, try Senator, a low-dose aspirin substitute, sure to keep your hands gripped tightly onto the neck of democracy. Brought to you by Lindsey Graham and Mitch McConnell. AI proof of life is not included.
It's good they put the AI warning up there.
Yeah, that is nice of them.
I mean, AI is helpful, but not in instances of verifying life, I guess.
It would seem.
It would seem. Anyway, thanks to all our sponsors. That's pretty cool, man. Like, I never thought we'd make it to have a sponsored YouTube channel, dude.
I know. That is fun.
Like, we've got national food product. Like we have the last month we had the movie from fucking Martin Scorsese, Kindred. I never actually saw it though.
That's right. I haven't seen it either, I don't think. But like, yeah, I feel like we're becoming more and more popular.
I do too. Oh, oh, oh. Is it? Is that?
I
Does that mean it's time for
I think it's time. Where is he?
Ishi, our Lord and God? Where is he? Ishi, our patron saint at Binary
I
Star Wrestling. Where is he?
don't know, man. Where is she?
The real thing and the one that's on your screen. Did you go and find him from last week?
Not yet, actually. It is on my list for today because I thought about it like when we were getting ready to perform and was
No
like,
one's found him yet.
interesting. He's
And
that well hidden.
he's that well hidden, and it's a 30-year time warp backwards, 1996.
Is it a 1996 Ishii?
Yeah. It's a 19 okay, get this. Listen, I'll just tell you because it's not going to tell you where he is. I got a picture of him from 1996. And then I went and found some family's photo album online of when they went to Tokyo Disney in 1996 and I put him in that photo, baby.
Holy shit. Dude, I'm gonna check it right the fuck out.
I was like super bored. I was like, Ishii 96? Maybe Ishii was at Disney in 96. Anyway, wherever he is on the screen right now, let us know. Again, no one found him last week. Also, if you find him last week, let us know too. We'll credit you any Ishis that you find at any point.
Yes, absolutely.
And at that